Today in Cannabis News, a court judgment allowing out-of-state businesses to run medical cannabis retailers in Maine is appealed by a state agency and a leading industry organization. The governor of Mississippi reiterates his stance on the state's medical cannabis proposal on Facebook. And in New Hampshire, at least 6 bills for statewide recreational cannabis legalization are submitted for 2022. It's Thursday, December 30th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, a court judgment allowing out-of-state businesses to run medical cannabis retailers in Maine has been appealed by a state agency and a leading industry organization. Every medical and adult use cannabis firm in Maine was mandated to be operated by state residents at first. However, the state's biggest cannabis business filed a lawsuit in both sectors to dispute the decision. Last year, the state decided to withdraw the residency criteria for recreational businesses, but it is appealing a court's decision to remove the same condition for medical retailers. The lawsuit looks to be the first of its sort to be seen by a federal appeals court, with the decision potentially affecting other states. The point of concern is if the residency restriction limits interstate trade in violation of the U.S. Constitution. As the first U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals reviews the case, the policy persists. The date for the oral arguments has not yet been set.
Next up, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, on his official Facebook account, reiterated his stance on the state's medical cannabis proposal. Considering the language, it's not hard to assume that if state legislators don't agree with the governor's viewpoint, the proposal will be vetoed in its current form. According to Governor Reeves, the question is if Mississippians desire a legitimate medical cannabis system or one that gives rise to adult use cannabis, which he opposes. Medicinal or recreational marijuana? That is the question, Reeves wrote. I repeatedly told the members of the legislature that I am willing to sign a bill that is truly medical marijuana. One that has reasonable restrictions to ensure that it does not disrupt Mississippi families, a program that helps those Mississippians who truly need it for an illness. Unlike any other drug, this program allows virtually unlimited access to marijuana once you qualify. There is no pharmacist involved and no doctor setting the amount. There is only what legislators call a bud tender serving you pot. We don't have pill tenders for other medicine. This is unique. The bill allows any individual to get 3.5 grams of marijuana per day. A simple Google search shows that the average joint has 0.32 grams of marijuana. Therefore, any one individual can get enough weed to smoke 11 joints a day, every day, Reeves continued, adding, call me crazy, but I think that's too broad of a starting point.
Last up, in New Hampshire, at least 6 bills for statewide recreational cannabis legalization have been submitted for 2022. 3 of them aim to bring the reform proposals to voters on the 2022 election ballot. Representative Daryl Abbas, chair of the House Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee, is sponsoring one of the most noteworthy bills, which has already gotten a level of backlash from activists. Representative Abbas has resisted previous cannabis reform proposals, though contends he'd be supportive of the legislative update if it's executed correctly, in his opinion. Adults 21 years or older would be able to buy and carry a maximum of 4 ounces of cannabis from state-licensed businesses regulated by the New Hampshire Liquor Commission under HB 1598. Among the main criticisms from advocates is that home production will remain illegal. Another issue that campaigners are concerned about is the non-existence of social equity measures, such as expungement of earlier cannabis offenses. The proposal actually prohibits persons from operating in the sector if they have a state or federal felony record relating to a restricted substance. Separately, Representatives Joshua Adjutant, Rennie Cushing, and Andrew Prout have all submitted individual proposals to place cannabis legalization on the state ballot in 2022. Representatives Timothy Egan and Stacey Marie Lafton have both introduced proposals to legalize cannabis for the coming year. Additional proposals introduced for 2022 would broaden the state's current statute decriminalizing low-level cannabis possession and prohibit law enforcement from using the scent of cannabis as due reason for a search.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Baldwin.
And I'm Devin Liao. Have a great day.